Hi boys and girls. All right, so today we're going to be looking at 4.9 area. So this is what we did yesterday, but we're going to be looking at a little bit more without just counting the squares today. So that is what your math message is asking you to do. It says a cloud is partly covering this rectangle. Find the area of the whole rectangle. So like what could you do since some of those squares are missing? Right? We've learned that sometimes they might not be there. So what would you do if you didn't have all those squares? So write down what you think the area would be, and then maybe talk to somebody at home about what you did and what strategy you were trying to use. So today we're going to be calculating the area of a rectangle found by multiplying the length and the width. This is the way that we're going to figure out how to solve an area problem without having those squares to count. So we are going to go ahead and get started. Remember, area is the space inside, right? We're counting the square. That's why we call it square units, right? We're trying to figure out how much space is the inside. So we have perimeter, right? Add. You add up all the sides. Perimeter, add. But here we're going to be area, and we have the area is the inside. So the perimeter is the outside, but the area is the inside. And I like to say area multiply, right? You're getting your hands closed. You're showing that it's the inside of it, right? Perimeter you make big because it's the outside. Perimeter add. But area multiply, okay? That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be multiplying the length times the width, okay? And if you watch this video, okay, it's going to be able to show you that thinking about area and perimeter, okay? And how to calculate. So just like I said, we're going to be doing the width times the length. So you count the number of rows, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, how many in each row, and then you multiply the number of rows times how many are in each row. So 2 times 4 is going to be 8. So 2 times 4 equals 8. Let's see if that's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was correct. Okay, so length times width, right, or width times length will give you the area. So now let's practice drawing the rectangles, trying to find the correct amount of area. So here, I need to count the number of rows. It says draw a 4 by 4 rectangle. That means I need to have 4 going down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 going across. I'm going to count the same square, okay, to go across. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to go ahead and box that in and make it a rectangle. Okay, so 4 by 4. I'm even going to label it just so I know. And hey, actually, this is a square because they're both the same size. So that is a special kind of rectangle. So the number of rows, right, we had 4. How many in each row? There were 4. And then my area, how many total? Well, my number sentence is 4 times 4. What is 4 times 4? Well, I know 4 times 5, that equals 20. And then if I take away a group of 4, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Ooh, I think the number is 16. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I was correct. The area is 16 square units. Okay, so this multiplication, length times width, okay, really is useful. So I don't have to count up all these squares every time. So I'm going to have you draw that here. You're going to draw a 3 by 4 rectangle and a 4 by 6 rectangle, answering those questions here. Now, this is the part that we really want to focus in, is calculating the area. Now that you know how to draw them, okay, and see what it means by how many rows and how many in each row, now can you figure out the area? So here is a rectangle, and I need to count the number of rows. So what is this? On this last one, we drew it, I told you what it was called. Now you have to write it. So now it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 by 4 rectangle. So I figured out the area last time. If I don't remember, I can just multiply 4 times 4. And remember, 4 times 4 was 16. And I use my helper factor 5 for that. Or for today, right, we can count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So the area is 16 square units. Okay, so when I draw it, it's going to be 16. Okay, and when I count it already done, it's going to be 16. I'm going to say 4 by 4 rectangle. So I want you to practice this with a 4 by 8, a 5 by 10, and then this one does not tell you, so you need to be able to count how many rows and how many in each row. Same thing for this one. And then here, I would like to see, can you do these ones where it doesn't have any squares to count? Can you just multiply the length and the width and figure out the area that way? This is why multiplying is going to be really important, that we are memorizing those multiplication facts. Okay, we're going to be coming back to those multiplication times tests soon. So make sure you are practicing multiplication facts. And then here, depending on where you're ready, this is a question from Evaluate. Okay, so I would like for you to fill in based on what we have. On Evaluate, it just asks, what's the area? Here, I want you to fill in the rest of it. If you're not really sure how to do it without the squares, I have also put that here as an example with the squares that you can count. Okay, so if you can do it without the squares, I would challenge you to try this one. But if you're like, Mrs. Fleming, I am not ready for that yet, then you can just work on this one. And then as always, don't forget to reflect. Thanks, guys. Bye.